Good evening and welcome to episode 17 of the Vegan Hour on Tuesday, September the 3rd. I have with me tonight Pip Coogan from My Green Collective. Welcome along, Pip.
Good evening. Thanks for having me, Harry.
Oh, you're certainly going to be had. Tonight, for the first time ever in the 4-year history of the Vegan Hour, we are actually going to be doing some cooking live whilst you guys at home are salivating. and we're going to be talking about lots of other vegan related things as well. So let's just remind everyone that the Vegan Hour is brought to you by Vegan Frothers. You can see in the background there behind Pip, where you can get your cruelty-free clothing and support animal sanctuaries at the same time. And also Scindian Natural Food Products, which happens to be, oh look at that, finally we've actually got them there. You were moving them around so quickly. Let's just bring them on camera a little bit closer. So you can see some of these wonderful, you can get these, where can you get these, Pip?
You can get these at your best IGAs, your health food stores, whole life pharmacies.
Yeah, great.
Anywhere that, wrong side. This is one of the new ones in the sausages.
They're great too, that sausage.
So I'm going to go through
So we're going to be talking about some of these products tonight. And hello, Helen, thank you for watching. So, yes, Scindian Natural Food Products is one of the Vegan Life sponsors. Let's just have a quick look at what's coming up for events this week. Just three events we'll get out of the road, and then we'll get on with tonight's show. So tomorrow night, if you're on the Gold Coast, head down to BKA Vegan for their bowling night, where you can get bowls of food for only $12. You ever been to BKA?
I did the last time I was down about a week ago, and they are now stocking Bite Society chocolate.
Excellent. And
thanks, guys.
What did you think of the food, eh?
It was amazing. I had the stroganoff with my wonderful friend Justine, who has moved up here from Sydney, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, we went at happy hour too. We did have a glass of wine.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Damien says, hope you're well, and I hope you're well too, Damien. Now, also coming up this Saturday, my Vegan Life group, we have a all-you-can-eat lunch at Govinda's in Surfers Paradise, which is the only fully vegan Govinda's in the world. All you can eat for $12.95. We've got a special deal happening there. So that's this Saturday. You have to go to my Vegan Life page to get more details. And finally, on Sunday, also on the Gold Coast, is a Cube of Truth happening in Surfers Paradise as well from 2:45 p.m. Okay, that's got the formalities out of the road. I can take this and throw it out the window now. No. So we've got this set up tonight. We've set up a little bit differently here. We're a little bit further back from the cameras so that we can fit in some products. We can fit in some cooking utensils and cooking equipment. And Pip can give us a little bit of or give me a taste test. And you guys can see what's involved in cooking some really fantastic vegan food. But first, just hold on there. Just hold on. All good things in time. But first, Pip, I want to find out a little bit about you and your business, My Green Collective.
Yep.
So,
beautiful.
What can you tell our dear viewers tonight?
Okay. So, My Green Collective was a concept that came to me towards the end of an employment period with an import distribution company and a major chocolate company that was vegan. So I went through a period of some mergers and redundancy, and I have just loved the work of sourcing or working with awesome products and then being able to put them into retail shops or restaurants and cafes. And I thought, I'm going to have to just create my own business and start doing all the things that I love doing.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, really good plan, but incredibly daunting and a bit overwhelming how I pulled this off and do this while I had to work a full-time job to maintain paying my bills, but create this business around. So it did take a bit of time, waking up super early and on my lunch break at work, running with my laptop to sit down at lunchtime and try to start, doing emails and then coming home. So
My Green Collective is a collection of vegan products and vegan businesses.
Yes.
And you're getting them out there into the market?
So I guess the difference between what I do as a business owner is I do the sales and marketing side, the cooking side, the presenting side, different to being a distributor. So I don't buy all their products. I work with trying to get them into the shops, which is a hell of a lot of fun. I guess it's very fortunate in the way that I have been able to find, or even had companies come to me that I'm now working with. That's always satisfying, isn't it, when they come to you? It is. It's like, because I just want to answer Helen's question there. She said she's asking, is it called My Green Selective? It's My Green Collective, Helen. And as in many. Yes, as in a collection. And actually it's tagged in the title of this live stream. So you'll be able to go directly to the page. And hello to everyone that's been saying hello as well. So I haven't got to you yet, but thank you for that. And just to catch on that as well, so on the page My Green Collective, I usually post pictures of the products that I put into shops and where they are now located. So you'll see some pictures of staff, you'll see some pictures of cooking demonstrations or whatever. So you're a good person to get hold of if we've got somebody watching that's like, oh, look, we love these, but we haven't got them in our local cafe or something. They can get a hold of you and say, hey, can you organise this? Yeah, and it's actually one of the best ways too, Harry, because if it's written up on social media, which it's a really good platform for me to be able to use with retailers or owners of cafes or restaurants to be able to say, look, I'm getting people on social media asking for your products, they're dying for it to be here, and that usually kicks it over the edge. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, so it applies to people, to the customer, and it applies to the business owner as well. So if you want to get some of these products into your business because there's a demand for them, Pip is the person to speak to. For cafes or retail, so restaurants, cafes as well. Excellent. You have got, sorry. I have got. You have got. Well, I was going to just ask you a little bit more about yourself and that, but maybe we can talk about your vegan journey and that whilst we're cooking up. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to So I think because I'm going to clear this fairly soon. Okay, we're going to clear this so that we can start. So we can start eating. So I really, look, there are hundreds of products. So obviously I've only just grabbed a few little token ones just to show. It was interesting to watch, as we were setting up this afternoon, it was interesting to watch the size of the truck that Pip backed into the driveway here with all the stuff in it. I was like, okay, you can take half that truck and just take it to my place. That's fine. And the other half we'll use for the show. And the other half you're eating. Oh, that's right. The other half I'm eating. Notice I have my chef's, I've got Vegan Life underneath here, but I've got my chef's... It's my sous chef? That's right. Don't ask me what it means. You'll be the stirrer. You'll be stirring the pot. I've often been stirring the pot. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just quickly show you through just a few products that are really good favourites. Okay. There is the non-honey honeycomb. Oh, can you say that without crinkling the bag? They mightn't hear you. Non-honey honeycomb. Right. And it's absolutely delicious. Now, I have had that before. You have, Harry? It's impossible. you watch this. We're going to stop crinkling this. It's making too much noise. It's impossible to eat just one. But I like to do the impossible sometimes, so here we go. Are you ready? Oh, crunch. Oh, crunch. Crunch. Isn't it good? Oh, yeah. So that one is a vegan perfection, which most IGAs and good places that sell confectionery of all plant-based should have that product. There's also another one that comes with the chocolate coating on the outside as well, which is delicious. Don't tell me that. Yeah. And then we've got another couple of chocolates here. The packaging is beautiful. It's all recycled. This is conscious chocolate. That's very nice. Yes. I got longer arms. And we've got that one there, the white vanilla. How good white vanilla. Oh my goodness. You don't even have to eat it. The packaging looks great. Harry? I'm doing this is a sacrifice I'm making for you out there, okay? I mean, I don't know how I do this. So that is the Love it. Potion number 9.
Oh.
Rose and maca.
Oh, I'm in love with the potion. Ooh. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
That's nice.
this one
Sweet
here now is the white. There is the Veggie white out at the moment.
Yeah.
Have you had that one?
Yep, that I inhale that, it just disappears so rapidly. It's ridiculous.
Now this one.
Oh yeah, I like a white chocolate.
It looks quite white and caramelly, actually.
There is a company
vanilla
that makes a white chocolate, fully vegan company, Sweet William, which I get sometimes.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
What's good about that is that it's smooth, but it doesn't have any sugary sort of taste to it at all. It's just nice and smooth. It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that one. That is nice. Wow.
So they again are through Vegan Perfection. Now we have Bite Society. Yeah, cute little bites. And so in here we've got the little block.
They are great. I've had them
It's
before.
the Rice Crispy block. And
yes. And the balls.
The little rice centre balls. And there again, yes, these are in all your IGAs. If again you don't see it anywhere near you, please let me know.
And don't open them up for me because I know how good they are.
You do?
Yes, I know how good they are. Yeah, they are good. And good evening, Lorna. Thank you for saying good evening. So yes, no, I know how good. And also, I'm talking about Bite Society. I believe I've forgotten the owner's name, but Simon. I believe he donates all profits to charity.
Yes.
So, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And look, I'll give you a little bit of background. I mean, the reason Simon has developed this product is his form of activism to be able to put a chocolate on the shelf.
Yes.
To be affordable. Yeah. So that's why the price is very low for a vegan, a plant-based chocolate.
Yeah.
And that way, then when there's money left over, to be able to put back into production, to be able to make the next cycle and lot that comes through. So incredibly, like a wonderful concept from Simon. It's
such a good feeling to be able to support ethical companies that just have the right intention like that. I just love it. So get behind these companies like Bite Society and that, and support them.
I feel really bad that I didn't actually take note of the name, but Simon's partner Grace, his wife, makes vegan handbags. Oh. Yes, so they're ethical handbags and they are incredible looking. So if you're interested, message me on here and I'll be able to shoot you through the name. I'll have to get it from Simon, but I can't actually remember the name.
It's not the Australian Vegan Leather Company, is it?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just one name. Okay, so
what do we got? Oh, what do we got there?
Quirky jerky.
Sorry, that sounded interesting. Quirky jerky.
Now this is, you're not shy of a little pepper, are you?
Give me only a small bit.
Well, you just take off and then bite off what you want.
You want me to just bite it straight from here?
No, take it out, maybe. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow, I don't even have to eat it. I can tell this is going to knock me to the floor. This might actually be good for my cold.
So there's about 7 in the range. There's
that's really good because that's a nice soft vegan jerky. It's not crunchy.
I'm really impressed with this company. Yeah,
I hate a crunchy sort of thing. So that's really good.
And this is great. If you're going camping or you're going hiking, something like that, quickly put it in your bag, and it's a good
quirky jerky.
It's a really cute name.
Ever so quirky vegan jerky. Look at that. Yeah. The products keep on coming. Isn't it fantastic that there are so many products that if you open your eyes just a little bit, and whether you're in the supermarket or the heat's coming through now. If you open your eyes just a little bit, you will find them. You know, they are everywhere.
Yeah, and more often than not, they do put them in the same area, so you so that
you don't have to go in the meat aisle. Although having said that, as I'm sure a few people watching will be aware, it's a deliberate strategy by either the company that's supplying the product or by the supermarket to put some of the plant-based meat alternatives in the meat section. For me personally, it's like, you can't pay me to go in the meat section. Please put them somewhere else.
They actually have them in both.
In both is the best way.
They do have them. They do have them.
But at least I can understand the logic that maybe somebody going in there that's not yet vegan, but is aware of what's happening. You know, they're seeing all the vegan word around and plant-based words around. They might notice it in the meat section and say, let's give this a try.
Yep. And that's the whole concept of it, is to
that's understandable.
Start immersing it more into mainstream.
As Kat says, there's no need to eat animals or animal products at all. Of course there's no need. No. It's just, and we have such an abundance of healthy alternatives. And if you eat too much chocolate, non-healthy alternatives, but I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, not all the time.
Yeah, you don't eat it for breakfast like I do. All right.
Cindy-Ann,
yes. Cindy, and I want to say thank you to Cindy again, because Cindy sponsors not only Vegan Life at the Vegan Hour, but also my Vegan Life Vegan Lux in the park. I know that's a mouthful, but once a month when we go to the park and we bring vegan food along, Cindy supplies products for that as well, which is wonderful. So I cook up some of their sausages and that, and I love it. So what I love about it, and you would know, is soy-free, gluten-free, non-GMO. What else can you tell us that I've forgotten?
Non-palm oil. So it's egg-free. It's gluten-free. There is one product.
It's an ethical company.
It's an ethical company
that are very much. The founders of the company are very philanthropic.
Yes. And
their intentions are fantastic. So again, a company that I really like to be connected with and support. Yeah. So.
And they have brought out. This is
Australia too, based in Sydney.
Sydney. Yeah. And this is their latest, which is the Sumac, the mushroom, the sausage, and they also have a cheesy kale, a chipotle, and an Italian
and they've got
tomato.
They've got one with a little bit of heat in it too.
That's a chipotle.
That's a chipotle one,
And then the super green falafel, there's falafel bites, there's pumpkin bites. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is a very big difference between a Whole Foods or a food like that from Cindian opposed to, say, something like another processed sausage or burger-like thing, is the sodium levels, the sugar levels are very low.
Yes.
So when some people try it, they might be a little bit. That's because some people are really used to so much sugar and sodium that actually having that full vegetable.
They might find it a bit bland or something. It's not overwhelming.
But the thing that I love about it is that if you use these products in like a Buddha bowl or in a pocket, the amount of flavour that bursts, and I incorporate. When I use this myself,
put them in a stir fry.
Oh, put them in a stir fry.
Oh, they're just brilliant. The flavour is.
Is that what you like doing?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I just cut the sausages up and put in the stir fry, and wow.
Nice.
It's good. It's good because there's no artificial additives and preservatives and all of that stuff. It's natural spices and that's like wow. It's good stuff.
Yeah, beautiful.
So
now one more before we cut off.
Okay. No, we'll do one more and then I'll get to some comments that have come up there.
So Garlicious Grown is one of you stretch over there. This is one of my newest companies that's come on board.
Smoked. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a bit of a reach. Smoked. What's it say? Smoked garlic powder from Garlicious Grown.
Yes. So that one there is. I think you've got the rose. No, I've got the rosemary one.
Yeah, right. You're good with the cameras.
Here we go.
You're done all right. Okay.
Okay. So black garlic. It is amazing. And once you try this, you are never going to be able to go back to the white.
Use sparingly.
Okay, so these ones that we're smelling, this is the powder. So it's powdered black garlic, and this one is rosemary.
With rosemary.
So we're going to put a little bit of that in our risotto tonight.
That's refined. I mean, refined as in classy.
Look, this is one sexy garlic, I must say.
That's the sexiest garlic I've seen this week.
So Harry, this is the culprit.
That's the culprit.
This is
the culprit. This is black garlic.
That's black garlic.
That's black garlic. Who's seen black garlic before? I don't think I ever have, but I don't get out much. Wow.
It's an
Okay.
absolute must in everything that you eat.
Yeah.
But it's gone through a process of about 4 to 5 weeks where the level of heat that it's gone through, it starts to slowly caramelize it and turns it into this very intense black, and it's not burnt.
No.
It's not burnt at all.
Yeah.
So we are going to be cooking with that. We are.
Okay.
We're going to be sampling that.
Let me get to some comments. Kat says, I noticed so many new products in Coles recently. Sindian is one of my favourites. Loved them before I went vegan. And I find that interesting that you loved them before you went vegan, which sort of ties in with what we were saying earlier.
Yes.
You know, oh, look out, she started up the cooktop and it's all starting to happen. And Kat says, ethical and eco is great. Yes. Lorna says, might try the cheesy kale one next in the sausages. Kay says, missed the beginning. Are these products available? Said something fell down there. I hope it was. Missed the beginning. Are these products available in supermarkets or only health food stores? Do you want to handle that one?
IGAs. They are in some of the majors, just a few of the lines, but predominantly you will see most of the products in your good IGAs, health food stores like Whole Life, Go Vitas. Please support those local ones that are stocking Indian because it really, really helps move the product forward.
And Kat says, Indian is such a great meat alternative, my kind of food. Prefer it over Beyond Burgers or those other similar meat alternatives, which I personally am yet to try. But yeah, I would just say, just based on what I know about the ingredients, and the healthiness of it, yes, I would definitely recommend Sindian, and also the fact that it's an Australian company and a very ethical one. And Lorna says, never thought of sausages in stir fry. Really? You've got to do it. You've got to do it. It's so good. And okay, so I've got up with all the comments. I appreciate the comments, guys. So what is happening here, Pip? This is what Pip does. You do, tell us a little, you do cooking demonstrations in store.
I do.
And you do them also from your home as well.
Absolutely. Look, I started doing cooking demonstrations back when I was living in SA, South Australia. And
for those not in the know.
which is an amazing state, and Adelaide is actually a fabulous place to live. Well, it was for the period of time that I was there, but
so they didn't have any murders while you were there? Sorry, I've done the Adelaide murder joke, damn it, sorry. They did.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I actually drove past that town once.
Oh, yes, okay. We won't
talk about what we're cooking dinner. Gosh. So yes, I started doing cooking demonstrations in some of the beautiful independent supermarkets down in Adelaide. And so up here now in Queensland, I do cooking demonstrations. So for my products, so I'll show people how to use the products, what they taste like. It really does help with product awareness when you're out there and giving the people a chance to be able to try it. And especially so many mainstream people, because I might get 1 out of 10 that might come through that, and all these people that have never seen or tasted a plant-based sausage before.
What a great way to introduce it to people.
Absolutely.
Cook it up, go try this.
Yep.
And they go, geez, that's good.
Well, they first are like, that smells.
Oh, yeah, they get the aroma.
Come over for the feed. And then they've got it on their little stick and they're putting it in their mouth and they're going, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it's 100% plant-based. And they're like, they're what? Yes.
But this is how...
I sometimes actually even time it, Harry, and I'm like, and I'm timing it, and it's in, and I get that little, you like it.
And then you go, by the way, this is 100% plant-based.
Yes.
Lorna says, can use my broken sausages in a stir fry. Positive thought, so I won't need to cut them up. That's right, Lorna.
Yes.
That's right. Highly recommend it.
Now, can I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
This is also another company that I work with.
I was about to ask you. Yes.
So this is Shared Table. Now, I don't deal with Shared Table in retail. I have started working with them in doing cafes and restaurants, so more like your breakfast sausages or putting them on pizzas.
Right.
So if anybody currently goes to their local whatever cafe that is trying to put together a vegan menu or whatever, please let me know if you're wanting to get some plant-based sausages in, because I will go and drop some samples off to them. So, and look, these are...
Pip will do the hard work for you.
I will.
I like that. I like that.
And look, these do have gluten in them, but I must say they're not heavily glutinous. They are really, really soft and beautiful sausage. And
they look good.
And a local Sunshine Coast family.
Okay.
Which
cool.
is it is wonderful. I love to obviously come across.
And there are, when I started researching Australian vegan food companies, I was impressed at the number of little startups that have been popping up in the last few years. And it's just like, they're just popping up like in Byron Bay and Sunshine Coast and Melbourne and here, there, and everywhere. It's just little family businesses or one-man operations.
Well,
or
how's
whatever,
this? My friend, Anastasia.
Yes.
She, a few years ago, I think it was probably only just before I left Adelaide, so probably 3.5, 4 years ago, she came to me and she said, Pip, I want to buy a caravan. I want to do a Greek pop-up, a Greek food truck.
Yes.
And the next thing, she bought the van.
Wow.
She spent 12 months with her partner, Roger, doing it up. And she now has an amazing, it's called the Greek Vegan Project, Stasi & Co. And they do the gyros with the chips, and they do plant-based beef in it. And I've done Splendor in the Grass with them a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Nearly killed me. It was so busy and full on. Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
They're doing really well. So I'm so incredibly proud of her. And it's wonderful to see businesses like that.
Really is fantastic, isn't it? You can. I was about to say, you wouldn't have seen this happen 5 or 10 years ago, but actually, I have come across people that were pioneers from time to time, people that pioneered.
According to Tourism Travel.
Sorry. my phone has just.
Siri?
It wasn't Siri, it was the other one. I've come across people who were pioneering some of this in the 70s and the 80s.
Right, what were they doing?
Well, for instance, do you remember Squirrel's restaurants? Did you ever hear of Squirrel's restaurants?
I've never heard of
Diana
Squirrels.
Mitchell, I think, started Squirrel's restaurants in the 70s or the 80s. And there was Squirrels here on the Gold Coast. There was 1 or 2 in Sydney. There was, I think, maybe Melbourne or maybe Brisbane as well. And they were vegetarian with a lot of vegan options. But they were pioneers way ahead of their time. Diana's a friend of mine that lives on the coast now. But so, you find meet these people and you go, wow, you were doing that back then. It's incredible. So there's Nicole asks, could you provide a listing of vegan products versus the alternative? Interesting. That's something I'm going to leave with you to consider the possibility of at a later stage when you're not cooking.
Yes, you mean like the vegan product and the non-vegan alternative?
I think that's what she means, yes. So what would be the vegan alternative for, the vegan substitute? That's how I'm going to interpret your question.
So we're meaning like eggs or milk or...
Benaya says...
We're just at the onion stage.
So, okay, so you've already...
Oops, crackers.
I might move my keyboard if I get
I will recap. So the stage I'm at right now is I've added in a little bit of my onion, and I have also added in the black garlic. And I'm just going to mince that up with the end of my spoon there to incorporate it all in. And I'm going to wait till that gets to a nice golden glow.
Can you guys see this all right? Is it sort of close enough to the camera? It looks all right on what I can see there.
As long as you can hear us over the...
As long as you can hear... I didn't ask, can anyone hear us all right? Because we're a bit of a distance away from the camera. It's in the next room.
We'll try to project from our diaphragms.
Yes. I was going to make a joke about that, but I'll let that.
Now, I do apologise for my very boring mushrooms. I did apologise earlier, but I will again. Usually I do have a mixture of about 3 or 4 exotic, more gourmet.
Your mushrooms are fine, my dear.
Well, they're just your basic white rice.
And we're using is it an olive oil?
It's actually a rice bran.
Okay.
I do enjoy cooking with the rice bran. And look, sometimes when I'm doing my mushrooms, I do like to put in the buttery, look, I do eat healthy most of the time, but I am a indulger of really, really good flavors and tastes.
I can't relate to that at all.
So a big dollop of the buttery vegan butter is very much okay.
What's your favourite?
Well, I tell you what I used to love,
Yeah.
which and if someone can find it anywhere, because I'm not sure who's dealing with it anymore. We used to with Revolution Foods back in the day.
Yeah.
Is Miyoko's butter. Remember Miyoko's cheeses?
I know
I've got a
Miyoko's
feeling
cheeses.
she might have gone back to the US because,
Right.
yeah, I'm not sure if she's still here in Australia.
I remember seeing Miyoko's cheeses, I think, in Vegan Isles fridge.
How long ago?
A year ago,
Yeah.
say, approximately, when they were still had their shop front.
Yeah,
So
I must ask her because we are Facebook friends.
Yeah. You've actually got a big network, haven't you? You've got a huge network of people that you've connected with.
Oh, and I know them all personally, Harry.
It's fantastic. You get out there. You obviously do a lot of socialising. It's fantastic.
Not that much. I do a lot in my house. In fact,
Right,
what's
yeah.
actually one of the things I've started doing a lot
Yeah.
more often,
Yeah.
is rather than going out to a cafe and
Yes.
having a coffee lunch,
Yes.
I'll just say, come to my house and I'll make this or I'll make that.
Fantastic. I used to say that to people, but I got stalkers, so it's not real. No, I'm kidding. But that's fantastic, especially if you've got a good area for entertaining and cooking.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I do have
and
my
you've
big
set
cooking
yourself up.
Yeah, I've
to do
got a
that,
big,
yes.
beautiful old table. I don't like to do any more than about 10 people at once for my cooking classes.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
How regularly do you do it?
look, I don't have regularity,
Right.
especially in the last 6 months since I've been running my own business.
Yes.
It's
You
been,
just got to fit it in where you can.
I do.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the sizzle's going to die down as soon as I put in.
Mhm.
We're at the stage now.
So let's see. We cooked the sausages first, then we did the onions with the black garlic, and we've got the mushrooms in there now. And we've got the...
Could you please pour in the arborio rice? Not all of it. I'll tell you when.
Okay.
And pour. Keep a little bit faster.
Okay.
That's all.
Right. It's arborio rice. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Yes. Not boring rice.
Arborio.
Arborio. Oh, that's giving a nice aroma. Are you guys getting that aroma coming through now?
Oh,
Are you getting it? Because
amazing.
that's pretty good. As far as aromas go, I think that's pretty damn reasonable.
I can't believe I think I left that balls in the car.
Oh no, we're going to have to eat it out of the pan. Oh damn. We tried to think of everything. We started setting this up yesterday. I haven't had any sleep. It's just...
No, seriously, I went and bought these beautiful wooden bowls for us.
Oh gosh. And unfortunately, I don't have my PA here off camera to go and grab them because she's...
That's okay.
in
You'll
a
have to
different
just
location.
imagine that we're eating them out of lovely wooden bowls.
Yes, you're going to have to imagine that.
Okay, so now we've poured in beautifully. Harry's poured in the arborio rice. So you can see the...
It's looking good and it's smelling great.
So I would do it to that measurement. And I must tell you something. When people come to cooking classes or do them with me, yes, I do give a recipe card so they can go home and they can do it. But when we cook together, I really love people to be able to judge it and look at how it looks when we do it, because learning how to cook intuitively is very important
so
to feeling confident.
To get a feel for it, sort of like if you were gardening and you were getting a feel for where the plants go and how they're looking and growing and so forth. Now it's interesting, this is an accidentally vegan stock.
Yeah, chicken style stock. And I did just find out today it comes in a
liquid.
This kind of pack, because I usually do the cube. So Harry, I'm going to, let me just make sure I'm at the right stage. That's going, we're going to put them at the end. Let's put some in, let's put about 2 cups in.
2 cups, how am I going to guess that? I've got a cup over there I could use.
No, we just pour and you guess what 2 cups looks like. And I'll tell you if you're right. Beautiful.
I guess about that.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
That's just to get it going. And then what we'll do is, this is to lift up. See all the browns coming up from the bottom of the pan?
Yes,
Okay, so when you caramelize your onion and your garlic and the mushroom like that, it brings out this lovely goldenness into the flavor. So that will keep on absorbing.
Excellent. Are you guys getting that there okay? Can you see that all right? Give me some feedback.
Now,
I tell you, it's just smelling great. We've opened a restaurant here in another fully vegan restaurant. It's just opened in Burleigh tonight. One night only.
it's a pop-up for one night.
It's a pop-up for one night, yeah.
Okay, so important thing that I like to do, I'm just going to turn that down to 4, is at this stage where you've got your arborio rice is still quite tight, and you've got this liquid in, it's going to swell like this.
Yeah.
So to really get that flavour in, this is the time that you want to pack in whatever you want to put in. So I'm going to pop in 1 teaspoon of French mustard.
Nice, nice.
It is actually my most favourite of all mustards.
It looks good. It looks like, from here, it looks like a tahini. I like it.
It adds a beautiful, you'll start to smell that.
Wafting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it good?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not sure how to describe that aroma, but that's good.
It's sort of silky, caramelly, but earthy.
It's good. Are we done with that?
No, you have another top now.
Yeah.
So we need to go probably a quarter of a cup.
A quarter of a cup. Oh, that's going to be about that.
Yeah, that's probably good. So each time you hear that intensity of sizzle, that's your cue to come in.
Okay. I'm listening with this ear for the intensity of sizzle. I'm going to Google that later, intensity of sizzle, and see if a picture of us comes up. And what have we got? Is it Bragg's?
Yes.
I recognise it. I recognise it's such a throwback. The labelling. Have they not changed it ever?
No, they couldn't. It's so recognisable.
I know. It's actually, I love that there is some things that I can look at and go, I was looking at that in the 70s and the 80s, and it's still the same. It's like,
I must say, I never saw this in my mum's pantry, but I did always see the apple cider vinegar.
Yes, that's
which
right.
Which I do use.
Yeah. In your cooking?
No, I use in juices.
In juices,
I have a little bit of this. I do use it in
I wasn't listening for the sizzle.
I couldn't talk over the top of it.
That got rid of the sizzle.
Yeah, so the apple cider vinegar, I do put it in juices, and I also use it when I'm doing the base of my cupcakes. So when I put the soy milk in, I put a little bit of the apple cider vinegar. That helps the rising. So there was a moth or something got me.
That was a joke we did before we went live. There was a moth. There was a moth flying around in the room in the distance, and I hadn't closed the door. And it's decided to come and try some of the food.
Oh, we better not try and hover in here.
We don't want to.
We don't want to encourage that.
We don't want to destroy the moth.
No.
So that would not be good.
So now we've got the mustard in, we've got the savoury yeast in, and that is absorbing right into that arborio rice. So
forgot to mention that Bragg's was the nutritional yeast that Pip just put in. Forgot to mention that. So yeah.
So that adds a beautiful cheesy flavour. It really makes the risotto pop. So it's a staple in every cupboard, let alone being plant-based or whatnot.
Yes.
Now I'm going to put in.
Ooh, here we go.
Ta-da!
It is the
delicious grown.
Is it rosemary? It's black garlic and rosemary powder. Yes.
So I'm going to put in.
It's starting to sit. Do we need a bit more?
Like half, a little bit more. I'm going to put in a half. You know what? I'm going a quarter.
Whoa.
With that one. I haven't used the powder before, so this is a first for me.
Okay.
This is a first on live video. So we now mix that in. Oh.
See, the problem is, I've had a cold for nearly a week now, and I'm trying to smell this. I'm getting some aromas, but not all of them. I am appreciating it, though.
Oh, you are going to love it. All right.
It's going that way. It should be drifting this way. Come this way. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I've got it.
Yes.
I've got it now.
Okay, now I'm going to grab a little bit more of this in.
Yeah. Is this like these... Ever seen one of the Good Morning programs or something where they do a little demo on air or something? I don't watch those programs, but I have seen them from time to time on YouTube or something. So this must be a bit what it's like, except they have more viewers.
They're just having dinner.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
Looking good. Looking good.
So we were talking about my cooking that I do at home.
Yes.
So as I said, yes, I don't have dates. I do have one date coming up, which I would
What's
like
his
to
name?
invite.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not on any dates. No dates here. On the 21st of September, it's a Saturday.
Okay.
I will be doing,
Yes.
I will actually be doing 2 types of risottos, and it will be at Leo's IGA in Ascot.
Okay.
So
if you're in Ascot in Brisbane,
Yep.
I assume Ascot's in Brisbane?
it is.
Yes, I knew that. Actually, that's the same day that I've got a vegan luck in the park on the Gold Coast. Here. So
Beautiful.
there's a couple of choices of events on Saturday the 21st of December for people.
Yeah.
If you're in Brisbane, go along to Pip's Cooking.
Well, just contact Leo's IGA
Right.
and you'll be able to hold a seat for yourself. I am hoping to secure a couple of places, or at least one place to start with, down here on the coast
Good,
and get some classes happening.
Good.
So I am checking out some venues.
good. And if there's anyone watching that's got a venue or wants to make any suggestions, feel free to either mention them on the live stream or to message Pip directly.
Mm-hmm.
She's tagged in this in the title of this live stream.
Yep. And if you can't
a little bit
make
more?
it, yep, a little bit more. If you can't make it on the 21st and you're just curious and interested to come along to a cooking class, please just message me and I will let you know when the next one's going to be held at my house in Ashgrove, which is only 3 and a bit k's out of the city. And it's a wonderful space up in the trees. I've got lots of windows and a really lovely big cooking.
Yeah, I can't believe I've never
cooking
got there.
space.
I mean, I know you invited me, I think, a couple of years ago or
I
something.
did.
And Harry, being the slack bum that he is, just didn't get there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get to Brisbane very often these days.
Look, being relatively new to Brisbane, it's been about 3.5 years that I've moved back. I could not sing its praises, and I mean, I'm including both coasts
Right.
in that as well.
Okay, yes, yeah.
I'm including the whole region
Yes,
for me
yeah.
because it's a
Yeah.
whole experience.
Yeah.
So I
So
see
you-
it as I'm right in the middle.
In the middle
I'm
of it,
here,
yes. Yeah.
where I've got the Diagula National Park
Oh,
just behind me. I've
yes,
got
nice.
a Nogger
Nice.
Reservoir,
Nice, yes, I've
which
been there.
is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's my summer place.
Been there a few times, yes.
And then so you've got Diagula and you keep going and then you can wind all your way down
You
and
can-
then you've got the Lamington and you've got all of
I
the
know, it connects through
Gold
beautifully.
Coast.
I know.
And then you've
it's
got the
fantastic.
Sunshine Coast. So
Yeah. It's a beautiful part of the world for those people not familiar with it, watching from elsewhere, because we get people that watch the Vegan Hour from, have viewers from Japan, from the UK,
Yeah.
from the US,
Yeah.
from different parts of Europe, so basically from many parts of the world watching. And, if you're not familiar with this part of the world, we are I think we're very blessed to live in this part of the world. It's relatively safe.
Yeah.
It's relatively friendly. It's very relaxed.
So incredibly
good
friendly.
climate. Good moderate climate. So we really, And as far as the vegan scene goes, if you follow my page, you'll know that it's quite impressive here as far as vegan restaurants and activism as well. Different activism events on every weekend and during the week as well. There's a lot of awareness here, and I think I'm very fortunate to have ended up in the middle of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that I do from my house is that I'm a host for Airbnb.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I have people from all around the world staying with me as well. So
Excellent.
I have on offer if they would like a plant-based breakfast or a plant-based dinner to be made for them.
Excellent.
They just need to let me
Yeah.
know, and
Good.
quite often we
Yeah.
end up having a bit of a dinner party or
Good.
showing them how to cook.
Good, excellent.
So there's
Yeah.
some accidental activism happening through that all the time.
Food activism, it's the best kind.
Yeah. And they end up leaving with a wonderful experience.
Yes.
And that's the beautiful thing about cooking, Harry, as well, is that especially if you're with people you don't really know or people you're getting to know.
It helps break the ice,
It does.
doesn't it? Yes, it breaks the
Because,
ice.
you're doing something and you're chatting.
But it's one of those things that just is, I'm a very strong believer in it. It is a great form of subtle activism because we eat 3 times a day. We've been conditioned traditionally to eat animals, depending on, and the type of animals that we've been conditioned to eat depends on the culture that we were brought up in.
Yep.
And so if we can influence people just very subtly, I mean, it is the way that my parents went vegetarian. They're not fully vegan, but they're very close to it. They went vegetarian 3.5 years ago.
Beautiful.
And they did it through, I've told this story a few times, they did it through my mum just changing the food that she was giving, that she was giving her, giving my father.
Yes.
Without telling him.
Yeah.
And because the meat substitutes are so convincingly real, he couldn't tell the difference. And so suddenly he was eating pizzas that had mock pepperoni on it, and he couldn't tell it was mock pepperoni.
Yep.
He was eating shepherd's pie that my mum was making, that she just made a vegan version of it. Actually, I think she made a vegetarian version of it. I think it may have had some dairy in it or something. But she just changed it and didn't tell him.
Yeah.
And after about 3 months, when she told me and she told him, he was like, he was loving the food. He was going on about it's the best shepherd's pie he'd had, it was the best pizzas he'd had and all the rest. So there was food activism in a way, just changing him through the stomach. And I'm a big believer in it. And you're living it, you're doing it. You're going out there and actually creating it in a practical way for people, which is
look,
fantastic.
I would encourage anybody that has a drive to get out there and create, whether it be a pop-up to give it a go, whether it be a market stall. A lot of big businesses that are now thriving, cheese businesses or milk businesses or aioli businesses, they started by doing a marketplace.
That's actually, yes, it's a good starting point.
Exactly, you get the public to try your product, you get social media going yay or nay.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful ground to give it a test.
It is. It's an affordable way to launch a business.
Yes.
And a lot of people know I work for the Veggie Chip Company, and I've been with them 21 years. And in the early days, this is how we got off the ground. We were hitting the markets every weekend. I had my markets that I was doing. The other guys were doing their markets. And some markets were very successful. Some of the ones in Brisbane, South Bank was quite successful, and some of the other ones, Byron Bay, I think was quite busy. So that's how we got a foot in the door, basically, And people love the chips.
Yes.
They love them. So we just and Veggie Chips grew to become a very big, as today, successful company with all the products vegan now. So.
Beautiful, and I can't wait to try.
Oh yes, that's right. I've given Pip some samples to try.
Well, I didn't realise that twisty thing.
This has become an infomercial for Veggie Chips now. There's nothing wrong with that because they sponsor Vegan Life as well. So we do a vegan twist. Which is it's brilliant. Get it in a 75-gram bag and just try and stop at one bag. Wow, it's really. And I got to say, when you actually smell the aroma of them, when you're on the production floor and you can smell the aroma and it's coming through the building, you really just want to try them when they're still warm and get them before they've even cooled off. It's just wow, it's good stuff.
Now, Harry, I'm just going to recap you on what
we've
I've
got
been putting in here.
Yep.
Now, as you'll be able to see, we've gone from a relatively clear, darkish broth to a creamy one.
And it looks good too.
I have added some plant-based cream in it, which is a soy-based, tofu-based.
I should take photos of this as we're
food porn shots.
Yeah, that's
And then I've also got a creamed cheese in there, and I have added in some of the green V Parmesan, which I'll just show you close up. It is a firm block. And you can get this from your IGAs and your other good health food product stores. It is amazing in dishes like this where you're putting heat into it. I made a beautiful root vegetable flan the other night. Yes, with a crushed walnut, hemp seed base, and oh my god, it was amazing.
Oh yes. And sounds good.
Putting that green V parmesan all the way through it and on top, it crisps and it goldens as well.
So that was the green V parmesan.
It was, yep. Yeah, so I had added some in there. Now the thing when you're cooking and you're using your intuition to cook, one must try it along the way, because it's a little, if you look at cooking like this, like painting a picture, you need to be able to use all your senses to be able to stand back, look at it, what else does it need? Okay, so this is the same.
And you know, that connection with cruelty-free living food is really, really important from a holistic health perspective for us. You know, you don't get that if you're cooking corpses. You can't get that if you're cooking corpses. It doesn't work that way. But if you're actually cooking living foods, health-giving foods, plant-based foods, and you can you know, connect with them and get the energy from them, that's, you know, big difference, you know. So
absolutely. So Harry, I'm going to give you a spoon. I just felt it needed a little bit of that Celtic salt.
Oh yes.
That I am in love with. So just tell me, what I'd like you to do is just tell me about the actual rice, because I didn't try the rice just then. Does it still have a little too much body to it? And do we need to keep adding some more of this liquid? A little bit more? Okay, so I would say it probably only needs 3 minutes left. Which will take us to...
Look, it's beautiful, but yes, it still has a...
I'd say probably another 3 minutes on that.
I've got to say that the whole sauce arrangement there is fantastic.
Yes. Wow. Oh, and I also did add in some roasted pumpkin and sweet potato as well. So I did that in the oven so that it goes lovely and golden all the way around it, and then add into your dish so that you've still got some pumpkin pieces through it, but it breaks it up and creates this lovely golden rich sauce through it, which will give it also a touch of sweetness from the pumpkin and the sweet potato.
Pumpkin rocks.
Oh, absolutely.
My vegan cat loves pumpkin, steamed pumpkin. She has a vegan cat food that she eats, but we discovered over a period of time that she loves steamed pumpkin. So we often cook it up, mix in the nutrients that the cats need, which we get from the United States. It's called Veggie Cat, PHI. It's a special product. So mix it all up, and then sometimes mix it in with a dry biscuits and that. She loves it. She loves the pumpkin.
Because my 2 dogs, which do still live down in Adelaide,
you've got vegan dogs.
I do.
Yes.
And so
chickpea and tofu. Vegan dogs. I forgot to mention your vegan dogs.
So chickpea and tofu, we found them in fact, it was about 1 o'clock one morning. I was on the internet and I said to my partner at the time, come and have it. I think we found them. I think we found the ones, because it had been probably a good 2 years or a year and a half since our lovely girl Honey passed away. But anyway, the boys were up in Broken Hill. So we took off early that next morning to get there before it opened up. And I think if I remember correctly, we went there to get a dog. Even though we did see the 2 of them, we thought we're going to get a dog, but then when they came out, we got it all on video. It was just beautiful.
So that would have been quite a drive, wouldn't it?
It was. I can't even remember how long. Maybe I'm going to guess 4.
Yeah. And so did you start them off vegan from the day you got them?
We did.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Did you just feed them what you were eating?
No.
Or did you buy some vegan dog food?
We did some cereal base, and we did vegan. I think right from the start we consulted with Vegan Pet, and with Sandy. Yes. So we got some wonderful information from Sandy on best to go for puppies and so forth.
Good.
And then we did change it up. I think probably 6 years in, and we went with another different company. But in amongst all of that, I always cooked their food as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so I made up very nutritious,
And-
full.
And how old is Tofu and Chickpea now?
They're over 10, so I think they've just turned 10 recently, and they are super, super healthy.
They would be.
Never been to the vet, never had an issue.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Never.
And they would be. Why wouldn't they be? Because
Exactly.
have you noticed, this is something I've picked up on, is that most dogs I see around, once they get over the age of about 10, start to get stiff in the rear legs, like arthritic in the rear legs. And I think no wonder when if you consider what they're eating all the time, the absolute rubbish that they're eating, I feel really sad for them because you see them out in the parks being walked or whatever, and you think, God, it's just, it must be, they don't have the quality of life, obviously, if they're sore legs, so, or arthritic legs. So, if you've just joined us, where I just see, well, I'm actually, wow, we've nearly gone an hour. We're at 8:25. We're doing well. That looks heavy. How are we doing? How are we doing for time?
We've cooked for everybody.
We've cooked for. This is just what I eat as an entree, and you wonder why
I don't think I brought any takeaway containers, so we're going to have to eat it all, Harry.
That's all right. I can do that. It's You wonder why I exercise so much to try and keep in shape. You're losing battle.
Amazing. Okay, this is looking really, really
It is.
good.
It's looking really good. I want to see the what's it called? Something table. Shared table sausages.
Shared table sausages, and now in.
Right. Yeah.
And oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just going to turn this right down to 2 because I don't want
this cooktop. I've got to get one of these. This is awesome. This is better than what I use.
I have a couple of them, and they're the ones that I use when I have to go out to stores and cook, or I'd have to do
brilliant
a show or something like that.
Works so well.
Yeah, wonderful, Harry. So I'm going to. I'd love to be able to give you some gorgeous wooden bowls.
Have we ended up with an empty container over there that we can put some of it into?
We have got this one. It's got some pumpkin oil in it. But
that's all right. Pumpkin oil's fine.
Oh my God, this is so gross.
Can we take that off camera?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So yes, the intention was to serve this in beautiful bowls and to have light candles and have a nice romantic evening. But just use your imagination, okay? That's what got me through high school. All right.
Okay.
Wonderful. It's going to be a bit warm.
It's going to be very warm.
Okay. Can we I wonder if we can bring this up on camera so you
This
can see
looks
this.
terrible. We should have gone straight from the pan.
I should have sent you out to the car.
I know it. Hot.
Okay. I bet this is going to be hot. Get ready for this.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, that is beautiful. Oh yeah, that's a really nice flavour. Don't you hate watching people enjoying themselves eating when you're
and the shared table sausage.
It's actually really good. Yeah. So that's another good product on the market. Lorna says, knocks on your door. Is there any left? Sort of thing.
Well, if you were actually on the door now knocking, we would let you in.
We actually left the door open too. So if you know where we filmed this from, and it's no secret, you could come in the door and share it with us. We should have invited some people to do that.
That was a hot bit.
So that was, what did you call that? That was a risotto.
This is a baked pumpkin, sweet potato, creamy risotto.
Oh, you're good with small names. Baked pumpkin,
creamy
potato, mushroom potato, no potato, garlic.
And we just added the sausage.
Sausage risotto.
As the last thing we added the sausage. But you can put just mushrooms, you can have just the pumpkin. This is the wonderful thing with risottos and dishes. You can add whatever, there's no rules to it. And if you do need to follow a recipe for a certain few stages, you can then change it and you can add it up. You could put in some beautiful slow roasted tomatoes in there, which I'm going to be doing on the 20th.
I love how you've created a sauce that's almost like a peanutty taste to me, which I love the peanut sauce, but That is fantastic. And what is amazing is the timing of that with 1 minute to go in the hour. You are.
I did used to own a catering company as well, so the timing and the right to the number needed to be very precise.
Absolutely brilliant. So, if you're only just joining us now, if you're only just getting the end of the live stream, Pip is contactable to help get your fully vegan product into places where your customers can find it.
Yep.
Also, if you're a customer and you want some vegan product that you're not getting in your local area, Pip is also the person to get in touch with. And you can get in touch with her through My Green Collective, which is tagged in this title of this live stream, or you can message Pip on her own.
And if you work in a cafe, you work in a restaurant, and you feel that you'd like to have more options on your menu, let me know, because I can just go straight in there and take some samples in there, like the shared table sausage, which I'm going to eat it straight off the spoon.
This is really good, really good. So I've got to say thank you so much for cooking me this beautiful meal. Thank you. And it's wonderful.
Thank you.
And it's wonderful to catch up with you again, because I haven't seen you since I think last year or something.
Yes.
So it's wonderful to do the Vegan Hour's first ever cooking demo live. I think it went fantastic.
It did.
We were so excited for this, and it's gone fantastic. So if you've got any questions about any of the foods that we've shown tonight or that, contact Pip. And thank you everyone for all your comments. This episode will be on YouTube hopefully within 24 hours. So what we're going to go and eat the rest of this wonderful food, and I'm going to mention that coming up in 2 weeks' time, interestingly, we were talking a short while ago about your vegan dogs. In 2 weeks' time, I will be live streaming live to the UK to a vegan vet, Dr. Andrew Knight. We're going to be talking about vegan companion animals. Dr. Andrew Knight knows his stuff when it comes to this. When it comes to vegan cats and dogs, he knows his stuff. So in 2 weeks' time, he's done his studies and research into this. So 2 weeks' time, on Tuesday the 17th of September, if you've got any queries when it comes to can you have a healthy vegan pet or healthy vegan companion animal, please tune in for that one. Thanks for joining us, guys. That was a long wind up. Remember to live vegan and save lives. Thank you so much again, Pip, for cooking this beautiful food that tastes and smells amazing.
Wonderful.
And I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time on the Vegan Hour. Have a great night. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.